Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Star Wars Stuff Podcast, where we talk all things Star Wars. My name is Colin,
I'm Ray.
and we're back, baby. Let's go. We're back. We've been busy. Life is happening. I'm gonna be real busy here soon because I have a kid on the way.
You're gonna be a dad.
Yeah. There's been a lot happening in the world of Star Wars, and we're about to get more here soon. In a couple of weeks, we have Star Wars Celebration. That is happening. Ray and I are not going. I would be there, but my son's due date is right around the corner, so that's why I'm not going.
I was gonna say, weren't you originally going to go?
I was. We stayed up, and we as a group coordinated, and we got tickets, and then a couple of months later, found out that Brooke was pregnant, too close to the due date of my child, so it was a no-go, but we'll definitely be at the next one.
Yeah, I was just thinking earlier today. I was like, wait, Colin's going to Celebration.
No.
Brooke is due. What the heck?
Nope. That is not happening. And then we also, we have Andor just around the corner. Have you watched Andor all the way through yet? No.
And I said, yes, like a liar.
Wow.
But I will say that the Rebel Legion Galactic Senate command staff is very excited for more Mon Mothma outfits.
I bet.
She's got like 12 outfits in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
She's definitely gonna have more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're all stunning, so I'm not complaining.
That's fair. Yeah. And I loved how, because of that actress, which we're going to be talking about a lot of fun facts today, but the fun fact about that actress is that she was Mon Mothma in Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
You only see her in a deleted scene, and then they brought her back for Rogue One, and then they brought her back for Rebels, and then they brought her back to Andor, and then they brought her into Ahsoka, and so on and so forth. So,
which the actress who plays Mon Mothma in the original trilogy, they nailed it with the casting.
Yeah.
They look very similar.
Yeah. It did throw me off to see her in Ahsoka, just because the timeline wise, just because she should definitely be older, but they used a younger actress. But it was still great, and she's fantastic, and I can't wait to see what happens in this season, even though we know where it ends, because it's gonna lead directly into Rogue One, like moments where Cassian is in the alley and then he's talking to that guy and he's like pew pew. So yeah, should be interesting. But yeah, Star Wars Celebration is just around the corner. There will be some fun announcements. There will be the Andor panel. There will be Ahsoka panel, Visions Volume 3 panel, and then the Mandalorian and Grogu panel as well. Hello everyone that's watching us live. Comment down below, what Star Wars project are you most excited about that's coming up next. But yeah, there's
I had to look up for the specific information, but at Star Wars Celebration Japan, if anybody's going, be sure to check out on Saturday at 12 on the Galactic Senate stage. There will be a fashion show of Star Wars prequel costumes.
Ooh.
Put on by the Rebel Legion Galactic Senate. So I just have to shout out my detachment there.
Could Chewie technically go to that because he was in Revenge of the Sith?
He's not in the Galactic Senate detachment, so no.
But there were Wookiees that were in the Senate.
But he was not a senator or senatorial aide. What
happens if Chewie put on a senator outfit?
There is a Wookiee senator.
Yes.
It starts with a Y. I've been looking into I'm rebuilding the website. So
okay.
I've been listing out every single character in government that isn't a 501st character.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. It's like there's a Y, A, and then R. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a Wookiee name. It's complicated.
Can the species of ET technically be approvable? Because of their scene and
yeah.
Yeah.
And they would fall under my detachment.
Yeah.
So
It would be interesting costume. It would be a hard one to pull off, but
yes, there are several that would be very hard to pull off.
Yeah.
Like President C.D. Rae, the Velociraptor. Comic book.
I was like,
we have a Velociraptor in our detachment. It's great.
There, and then in the Phantom Menace, there is a deleted scene where there is Senator Organa, but it's not Bail Organa. It's a different.
It's Bail Antilles.
Yes,
is his name. Yes. And his senatorial aide, one of them is Agrippa.
Huh.
He's got 2 other aides. That guy's got 3 aides.
Yeah.
With him in the little pod at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that actually, I mean, because you see it in Legends and stuff, but you actually never saw it on screen unless you watch the deleted scene. But
yeah, he was originally, Bail Antilles was originally supposed to be Bail Organa because Bail Antilles was going to be Leia's dad.
Yeah.
But then they just rewrote stuff. So, and they ended up cutting his scene. So,
yeah.
But he is mentioned because he's nominated for Chancellor, I believe.
Yes, he was nominated.
Or was he nominated, or did he put in the final vote?
Bail Organa.
No.
No.
Bail's not in the
Senate. No. I'm sorry. Bail Antilles was nominated because I remember that scene from the Phantom Menace.
And it's fun because they're both from Alderaan.
Yes. And then they rewrote it. But I like that they went with Bail Organa. I feel like, I mean, they probably could have made the other senator work, but I'm glad that they went with the other Bail just because of the actor that they chose was just remarkable. He did such a great job. And then you see him, his character is very thought through in the Clone Wars as well. So yeah. I enjoyed the path that they went down and instead of in Tilly's route. But, yeah. And then speaking of the Senate stuff, there's also, which again, guys, we're just doing random fun facts, Star Wars stuff today. But George Lucas and his daughter were both in.
2 of his daughters.
Yeah. Well, right, because of George is talking to his daughter when he's
Chai Ikwe.
Right, when he's the chairman.
And so George Lucas is a baron.
Yes.
Papanoida.
Yep.
And he is at the opera with Chi Ikwe Papanoida, who is played by his daughter and is his daughter canonically. And then Ter Tennille is the other senator that is his other daughter.
And do we see that on screen?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
She's a member of the council of the delegation of 2000. So when Padme's meeting with other senators,
yep, she's
in the room. And then when Palpatine returns and like all those senators greet him in Revenge of the Sith.
Are you talking about the deleted scene? Because I know there was the deleted scene of where they go into the room and then Padme's wearing an outfit that we actually don't see in the actual.
No, this is the one where Anakin finds out she's pregnant when Palpatine comes back.
Right before they're walking up, Jar Jar Binks is there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of senators that are like, welcome back.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. And in the background, you can see both of his daughters.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Well, there you go. Yeah. I still think it's funny that clip we posted about you talking about Squid Lake just blew up. And I don't understand why.
Because it's an amazing pun.
Well, yeah. But
and it's a Mon Calamari. So you take Swan Lake.
Yeah.
It's a lake.
Yeah.
It's Mon Calamari. It's underwater. And you make it squid because there's Squid Lake.
Yeah. Yeah, it just blows my mind. Yeah.
And I'm hilarious.
Yeah.
Notice me, Disney.
You know what? I'm kind of insulted that you haven't said anything about my shirt.
I said something when I walked in the door.
No, you didn't.
I said I like your shirt.
Which that segues to our next fun fact. Do you know what happened to Jar Jar Binks after Revenge of the Sith?
Well, are we talking canon or are we talking what Team Star Kid did with their Annie, a musical parody?
We're talking about canon.
Then no.
So basically, Palpatine used Jar Jar, and then
obviously,
because Jar Jar, said, "Hey,
very easily manipulable.
Do the emergency powers thing," and then and that's what we saw in Attack of the Clones. Palpatine got what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge of the Sith ends. What happens to Jar Jar? He becomes a street performer on the streets of Naboo, on Theed. And he's great with kids, but the adults didn't like him. They basically judged him for putting the Emperor into power. That's basically what happened.
Valid.
And soon after, he's doing the street performer stuff, he then kind of disappears. We don't know what happens to him.
Where is this canonized?
I believe there was a book or a comic, but it's on Wikipedia as well. Yeah. But he kind of disappears and falls off the face of the galaxy. So his story is still untold. We could see Ahmed Best come back. I would love to see Jar Jar Binks come back.
I'd be curious to see what his animation style looks like with today's technology. Because part of my big issue with Jar Jar is I realize it's old technology, so it's not going to look the greatest.
Yeah.
But it's hard to watch visually, which I have that with a bunch of different parts of the prequels, just because the technology is so outdated. But it's a little, I don't like the look of it, so I find it a little hard to watch. But so I'm curious what he would look like if they did it now.
I really want to see a Gungan in one of the newest projects.
Yeah.
Because they were mentioned in The Mandalorian, but we actually never saw them on screen. And I think that would be really, really neat. Gungans were always cool. And then if you played the Force Unleashed game, there's a Gungan on there that ends up finding a Star Killer, which was always cool. I thought the Gungans were always kind of fascinating. And I know they're goofy, but it's the point. And then, there's a theory that Jar Jar is a Sith Lord, and it's just like, is he though?
Which I believe this year for April Fool's, the 501st posted that Darth Jar Jar is now approvable.
Yes. As an April Fool's joke, but
yes. Galactic Senate posted that, which it's not actually that much of a joke, that Lando is approvable for the Galactic Senate. But technically he is, because he's a Baron.
Yeah, yes.
But we called him Princess and Lord of the Capes.
Oh.
So we gave him a fancy title, but he is technically a part of my detachment. Secondary, but...
Okay. Yeah.
Lando is a princess confirmed?
Canon? Chris, right? Like Christopher Thomas. He's Masterness.
Yes.
Yeah. He's the best Lando out there.
Oh yeah.
Hands down.
He looks great.
Like, I mean, every single time that we end up posting a picture of him and I together, people freak out. When we are going up to Comic-Con and Space Dive and stuff, it was awesome to see those characters together.
But like specifically like the Donald Glover.
Yes.
Lando.
So good.
Like, spitting image.
Yeah. Chris is awesome, and his photography and videography is just hands down amazing. So shout out to him. He's fantastic. Have you ever gone to Space Dive?
I have not. I want to.
What are you doing this year?
When is it?
There's May 4th weekend, which is always busy for us. So we're not going May 4th weekend. We're going the weekend after that, which is 9 and 10. May 9 and 10.
I can't do the 9th, but I might be able to do the 10th.
Do the 10th. I think you would love it. I think you honestly would love it. It's going into Galaxy's Edge, but way more immersive.
Nice.
Yeah. and the main requirement is you have to have a decently screen accurate Star Wars costume to walk through the door. They won't let anyone in if they're wearing like civilian clothes. Like you have to be wearing some type of themed.
So what I'm hearing is bringing out Amidala Commando Sabe.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. It's kind of, think about like you're walking into the streets of Tatooine, so it's like kind of all.
She lived on Tatooine for a while. It's fine.
Well, oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of where you would wear like
no, not the croissant. No.
Fireworks.
What?
I just saw fireworks on the screen because you went like that and then.
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's a fun fact that is not on topic. That's probably the same system used when I do teletherapy. Okay. So sometimes I'll just be like, saying something sad, and then I'll just give a thumbs up, and a little like thumbs up emoji will pop up next to me. Or sometimes I'll just kind of like throw my hands out as like jazz hands for effectiveness, and then the screen lights up with fireworks.
There you go.
And I'm like, I am in the middle of unpacking all of my emotions.
Yeah.
And now I'm surrounded by fireworks.
Yep.
And if you do a double thumbs down, it turns into a rain and thunderstorm.
Technology.
It's so weird.
All right. Throw some fun facts my way.
Okay. I'm stashed on my phone. Well, we were kind of talking about costume stuff.
Yeah.
And I recently found out via a diagram breakdown that Darth Vader's suit, Darth Vader doesn't eat. His waste gets turned into food. And I'm very upset by that fact and wish I did not know it. And now the rest of you get to be tormented along with me.
Where did that come from?
Official Disney sources. It's a Disney breakdown of all the pieces of his suit. And there's like this little box that says converts waste into food.
Oh, that's...
So Anakin is just eating crap for the rest of his life.
Guys. It's the details for me. That's crazy.
And then I think somebody did the math of how much Vader's suit would cost in real life.
Oh man, I want to know.
Oh, do I have that fact?
Like we're talking about like a functioning actual suit.
Yes.
Because, we have so many friends that have Darth Vader suits, but
yes,
we're talking about a functioning one that would have a life support system in it that would be able to help a 4-limbed person that just has limbs and he's burnt like half.
He didn't have. He has. You mean 2 limbs?
2. Well,
how many limbs does he have?
Well, because he got his legs chopped off, and he already had his hand cut off before, but then he got his other hand cut off when his legs were chopped off at the same time by Obi-Wan. So all of his limbs are robotic because they all got chopped off.
18.3 million.
Wow.
I was like, I knew it was 18, but 18,000 felt way too low, but I didn't want to say 18 million and be way wrong. But it was $18.3 million if you want a real life functioning Vader.
Huh. Definitely have that in the budget.
Yeah.
Oh man. Did you see any of the new projection show that they're doing over at Galaxy's Edge show at Disneyland? It's so think of it like a new firework like nighttime show, but it's just Star Wars, and basically it's retelling the Skywalker saga just up to Return of the Jedi, and then they really don't talk about Force Awakens or The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker or anything. It's good because I watched the full show, but I was intrigued and kind of not intrigued. I was more kind of interested in why they didn't do 7, 8, and 9 in it.
Well, Is that at Galaxy's Edge?
Yes, and I know the canon of it because of the timeline wise, but they could have
at least. But didn't they change the timeline because Luke is now a meetable character?
Of what you say is true from a certain point of view, just because of if you go on Rise of the Resistance, it's still during that time period.
Okay,
and but like, then if you go on Smugs, it's the same thing of during like where it takes place between Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
Okay, but like walking around, like, can you still meet Rey and Kylo right now?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's a day-by-day thing, or they're not out at the same time.
Disneyland's not more on the canon side as Disney World is, because if you go to Disney World, they are more on the canon. Mando does show up with Grogu, but that's it. You don't have Luke Skywalker over there, like walking around. Maybe down the road they will, but as of right now, it's just.
Personally, I would like block out the scheduling so like you do not see sequel characters the same time you could run into.
They don't go in the same area, so you won't see Luke in the First Order courtyard. Like you won't see that.
No, but it'd be weird to go meet a baby Luke and then go see Rey. Like the timeline's all wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Yeah, I know Doctor Who. I know. No, you're like,
yeah.
I made a reference. All right, fact, throw it at me.
In the original treatment for Empire Strikes Back, George Lucas was gonna name Yoda Minch.
Yes,
I hate that name, but it does make sense because he's called Master Yoda and Obi-Wan is called Master Kenobi, so Yoda would be his last name.
For the Phantom Menace, there it was going to be where Qui-Gon actually was going to be Obi-Wan, and then when Qui-Gon / Obi-Wan died, then that mantle of Obi-Wan would have passed to what we know as Obi-Wan now.
Huh.
That was an idea that was being thrown around at the time. But they didn't go that because I think that would be too hard for the audience to follow.
I know. Another option for Yoda's first name was Buffy.
I have heard that one.
Which that's just a weird choice.
Yoda went through a lot of different variations because of there was someone actually wearing a Yoda costume. I believe a monkey was involved at one point. Yes.
I have that right here. Yeah. The only reason they didn't go with the monkey was because they're like, the monkey's just going to pull the mask off. Because they were originally going to have a monkey and then animate the mouth.
Yep.
And I'm so glad they did not do that.
Yeah. I mean, so when you have a puppet coming into play and you got a movie that has more of a serious tone, and you're like, old wise teacher is gonna be this talking green puppet. That's kind of hard to sell in a way at the time. But Frank Oz and the team over there did such a great job of bringing Yoda to life.
Yeah.
And I was that nerd that went to the Phantom Menace in 3D when they were gonna have a line of Star Wars movies where they were releasing it, like re-releasing it in 3D. Mm-hmm. And I remember going to the theater, and I was that nerd that was like, I can't wait to see Phantom Menace puppet Yoda on the screen. And they changed it to digital Yoda, and I was mad.
Yeah,
I was not happy. I was like, come on. No,
it looks so much better as puppets. Yeah, because like you have that coming back in like The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah,
they used a lot of puppets, and it just looks more real.
Yeah, I will.
And like even Baby Yoda's a puppet.
Yes, but if you jump to Acolyte, I didn't like how they have Yoda show up at the end, and you could clearly tell it was the Last Jedi like puppet that they used for Yoda. But also, they just had him stand there. So of the camera pans in, she walks in the room, and then she's like, "Master Yoda, we need to talk." And it just the camera pans back and it's just a puppet standing here like this, like not even an ear twitch, like it's just
it's just a still frame.
Yeah. They just placed him on set and I was like, come on.
Okay, but it is kind of funny with Grogu being a puppet, because in one scene he's kind of like, force flying, but it looks like they just took the puppet and just yeeted it, because it's there's no dynamic or like body movement. It's just woo. It looks like they just threw this expensive puppet.
Well, I mean, especially like in season 3 of where the Praetorian guards are trying to fight Grogu, and then Grogu's like hopping from light mantle to light mantle, like dodging it, and you're just like, okay, and it looks interesting. And then when he's training with Luke and he's doing like the front flips and stuff like that, it was interesting to see. But that puppet is really, really expensive.
I can imagine,
because they did the. Have you ever heard the story on? It was the last episode of season 1 of The Mandalorian, and the two scout troopers were, there.
Yeah.
And Jon Favreau was like, here's the scene. This is what we're doing, and it's where like they actually like, so one of the actors who is he was a SNL actor. He actually punched really, really hard, and then Jon Favreau had to step in and be like, yeah, you can't, like, I guess instead he wasn't happy, which I get, because that's like over like millions of dollars.
Okay, right, but there. Somebody should have told the actor.
Yeah.
Like, do not wait, why was he even in the bag? Because you don't see Grogu when it's punched.
Because they wanted to make it look more realistic. I don't know.
Get a stuffed animal.
I wasn't there.
Get a stuffed animal.
Nah, I wasn't there.
But speaking of expensive puppets, I found out that Jabba the Hutt was $500,000.
Okay.
And I really want to know what texture that is.
The rest of the body is no longer there, but they do have the eyes over at yeah.
Just the eyes?
Yeah. They have it over at Skywalker Ranch, I believe.
Why do they not have the rest of it?
Because the material, like it's not the right term, but it like disintegrated.
Is that why they had to make a new Max Rebo?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that new one just looks so bad. Give me the old one. It looks cooler.
I mean, well, yeah, I'm with you. I will always love the original look.
He looks like a blow up animal.
Okay.
Go like a floaty.
Okay. Well, all right. Listen, Max went through a lot. He survived the sail barge explosion.
We talked about this. It was all that plastic surgery.
Yes. Okay. And I don't blame him. It's not his fault. He was just in the wrong place at the right time.
Okay, but now what is his body going to look like after he goes through his second explosion, if he makes it out?
You mean because he made it out? There was no blue in that scene. You can scan that entire shot.
We haven't seen him, so it's entirely possible either way.
It's not canon, but in the new Lego Star Wars, like, kind of shorts and shows that they did, Max Rebo shows up on the Millennium Falcon
with Rey.
With Rey on Life Day.
I'll take it.
And Poe's like, hey, what happened to the Max Rebo band? And then, Max Rebo says something in like, his speech. And then Poe's like, oh, I'm so sorry. So.
Yeah.
Max Rebo was alive.
I also.
Hashtag Max Rebo lives.
Found out that during the Phantom Menace, there was a storm and they lost Qui-Gon's wig.
Oh.
It damaged like everything except for the pod.
Why? Right. I knew that, but I didn't know the wig thing. Why on earth was his wig on set? Did they just leave it in a tent or something?
I don't know.
Overnight?
I don't know if it got like lost in the storm.
Why would they do
or
that?
If it just went missing at the same time, but his wig disappeared.
Why on earth would they do that? Why on earth wouldn't they take like that? I mean, I get leaving the pod racers out there because that's a hard thing to transfer. But why on earth would you leave like a wig?
Okay.
In a tent or a building or something.
Why would you leave a giant statue from the original Beetlejuice out on the lawn when filming shuts down for Beetlejuice 2, and the crazy statue gets stolen. It's gone. And that was recent.
Right, but this is two different scenarios because that's like in more of a public area. This was out in the middle of the desert, and storms happen. I just need more context on that because
I can't give you anymore. That's all I got.
Well, that's unfortunate because now I'm gonna lose sleep at night wondering why Qui-Gon Jinn's wig got blown away in a storm.
Look, I lose a lot of sleep over the costumes in the prequels, so you and me both.
You know how much wigs cost?
Yes.
They're expensive.
Yeah. And that one was probably really expensive.
Yes.
Because they dropped $60,000 on Padme's red throne room gown.
Gosh. Yeah.
Because it was run on a car battery.
I also love how George Lucas was very involved in the design process for those dresses too. He was there.
Yeah.
I saw the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but he also told the costume designer that he wanted Padme to be in a dress that was all CGI.
No. Well, why didn't it work out?
Because Trisha did not want a naked Natalie Portman.
Oh, yeah. You know what?
Sorry. Who was 18.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there's some more fun facts in me.
The final victory song sung by the Ewoks.
Yes.
At the end of Jedi was written by the same dude who wrote Africa.
Toto?
Yes. Joseph Williams, who is John Williams' son.
I did know this. That is, yeah.
And this article says, I guess it rains down in Endor. I'm like, that's a really bad joke.
That is a
You should have your writing license revoked.
Yes.
And I'm not calling out a specific publication because I did not capture that in this screenshot. So,
oh boy.
Apologies. Oh, but the Cantina music in The Force Awakens was written by Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton fame.
Yes. Yes. I was thinking of the actual original Cantina. I was like, no, I don't think it was.
No. He would be too young.
Yeah.
If he was alive. I don't know how old he is.
How familiar are you with sounds from Revenge of the Sith?
Probably not very. But I do know the sound of Vader's pod door closing in Empire is a whole block of Alcatraz cell doors being closed simultaneously. And that place is haunted. BT dubs.
Huh. I didn't know that one.
Chewbacca's signature Wookiee gargle is a combination of bear, walrus, lion, and badger.
I did know that one.
Walrus.
Walrus.
The sound of Darth Vader's breathing was recorded by putting a microphone inside of a scuba tank. What even is a scuba tank? Is that the air tank?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's the thing that goes on your back, and then you have the actual tube that goes through and you're breathing.
I don't know why I didn't think that would really make sound, but I guess it would.
Yeah.
And that is what it would sound like.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. The main volcano that you actually see erupt in episode 3 when Obi-Wan and Anakin are fighting Mustafar.
Mm-hmm.
That is an actual volcano. It is Mount Etna.
Okay.
And they actually filmed that, and then they added more stuff in the background. And there's actually a lot of lava shots in there that are actually from from like, real lava and stuff like that. And then they edited different things. Star has a lot to say about
I can imagine.
Yes. So if she was here, she would be pushing up her glasses, and then she would give us a 5-hour lecture of why that's not geologically correct. I think that's the term.
Geographically?
Geographically, yeah. Star would kill me right now.
Look, I've been working a lot lately. My brain is tired. Don't come for me.
Yeah.
I do. One that I find hilarious is a Tuscan Raider. Yowl is a mixture of mule sounds.
Okay.
And people imitating mule sounds.
Yes. And one of the banthas was a baby elephant, and then they put an actual like kind of bantha costume over it.
Just the idea of making a costume for a baby elephant is one of the most adorable things ever.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that same location of where they filmed R2 going through the canyon is actually used in Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark.
There's so many crossovers between those productions.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, for good reason, but
yeah,
still, it's kind of insane.
Can you guess this sound? Are you ready?
No, but okay. It's an animal.
All right. I'll play it one more time. Ready?
I have no idea.
That is the creature Boga. It's the lizard / peacock creature that Obi-Wan rides in Revenge of the Sith. On the Battle of Utapau.
Yeah. I was like, I know it's an animal. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Throw one my way.
Okay. Are we sticking to just one movie?
For now, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the are you seeing Revenge of the Sith in theaters? It comes out April 25th. It's the re-release. It's the 20th anniversary.
I will probably be dropping a lot of money seeing another 20th anniversary re-release into theaters. Pride and Prejudice 2005.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like Anastasia or something.
No, I'm going to see the hand flex on the big screen.
Oh, okay. Does that come out the same weekend?
Comes out Easter weekend.
So that comes out in a couple of weeks, yeah.
I am just going to hit a button.
Do it.
And then I'll find the sound.
Oh, well, that's easy. It's Kai Artie Mundi getting slaughtered by his Space Marine troopers. I can't believe they're playing the music with that.
Let's check. Yes, it is.
No.
I didn't even look at what the sound was. I just picked a number, so I couldn't immediately confirm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm that nerd, and I think there's a lot of us out there that can listen to the music without the sound effects, and like exactly what scene it is. Exactly like the dialogue and everything in that scene.
Wait, what is this one? What is this one?
That was the that that was the original sounds that they used for for Obi-Wan walking around the corner, and it was supposed to be like a crate dragon cry, and it's gone under different variations over the years, especially through like the special editions. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, it says I'm not sure who. Oh, Matthew Wood.
Yes.
It says he sourced it from me and Dave yelling. Wood says, we screamed and screamed. I was trying to model mine off this terrible cheesy element that I love from a Disneyland ride, The Haunted Mansion. And that is that is so The Haunted Mansion.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm playing it again. That was so beautiful.
That should be like a ringtone. Matthew Wood is like the GOAT. And I love that he also does the battle droids, and then he does General Grievous as well.
Oh, I'm crying a little bit. That was
yeah. That one is a clip for sure.
Ooh. Okay.
Good.
I don't know what this one's gonna sound like, but we're gonna hit it anyway. I can get to it. There.
That's the pod racing one.
Nope.
No. It's where Jabba takes a bite out of the bird creature and he spits into the gong, and then the pod races go. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Throw them at me. I will never get over the fact that I got Aunt Beru's food processor wrong. You got me on that, and that was really sad.
There's not many fun sounds in here.
What do you mean? There's so many great fun sounds.
When I'm limited to one movie.
Well, then choose. Just go through the whole book. Do it.
Okay, you better be riffing because it's going to take me a bit to get here.
Oh, riffing. Okay. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Is that a mixtape?
I thought not. It's not the Jedi. It is not a tale the Jedi would tell. Darth Plagueis was the Dark Lord of the Sith.
Okay.
He could. Okay. Thermal detonator. I could kind of see because I glanced over, so I need to turn this way.
Yeah, you cheater.
I didn't mean to. It was just there.
Nah, you cheating.
No.
Okay.
Darth
Plagueis. You're gonna know this one, but I'm gonna play it just because I love the sound.
Okay. Salacious B. Crumb. Is it still going?
It was so long.
It was.
Okay.
All right.
But I love his laugh is so ridiculous. Oh. Here's one.
All right, here we go. Play it again.
Ah.
Can I get a hint at the movie?
It involves your beloved.
Sail barge explosion.
Yeah, it is.
That was a tragic day for him.
Yeah. Ooh, what's this one sound like? What?
Play that one more time for me.
This has to be broken.
What's the sound? I mean,
Biker Scout hitting tree. That sounds like a fart.
Well, they probably.
I think your book is broken.
No, I think there's additional sounds to it, though. I mean, like, read the comment on it.
Okay, 156. All that gave us a particular sound of the trooper being deflated. So let's see. The simple effect was achieved by recording the air being let out of a balloon.
There you go.
For the body blown, Bert and his crew took a bundle of football equipment, shoulder pads, hip pads, helmets, and threw it on the ground against a tree to simulate the trooper's body armor sound.
There you go.
Wow. Well, then what? Just
you like seem disappointed.
I am disappointed.
All right, hit me with a couple, and then I'll throw some at you.
I'm not going to be able to guess them.
Well, I'll choose specifically the Phantom Menace.
We can make up. That's not going to help me. Okay, you're gonna have to riff again because this is gonna take a bit.
Okay. I'm really hoping at Star Wars Celebration that we get a new, like Clone Wars type style show, because we got the Bad Batch, but I want like maybe like Clone Wars Untold Stories, or
give me some handmaiden stuff, you cowards. Look, you got Max Rebo to come back.
I mean, hey, listen, they could totally, honestly, I would watch this if they told it in like because if you have the Tales of stories, you have Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Underworld, Tales of the Empire, Tales of the Senate, Tales of the, because I feel like there's a lot more stories they could do, but something with Sabe would be really, really cool. And I like how in one of the comics there's the one, I can't think of his name, he's a pilot, and he was the one that was showing 9-year-old Anakin how to fly like the actual ship. He was like, yeah, and then Darth Vader remembers him and he like stabs him like in the back, like he like,
yeah, because he is seen, I
can't think of his name,
when so Vader arrives somewhere and there's a bunch of like rebels and they're like, we are the Amidalans,
yes,
and we're here to kill you, and it's that guy, and he's just like, boom. But I don't remember his name either.
Give me more of Sio Bibble.
Sio Bibble?
Yeah, I want to see more of that guy.
That guy's weird.
He was on a Pepsi can. He was built to be like this like very involved person when they were advertising Star Wars, and then he only had a couple of scenes.
Yeah, he strikes me as a very weird dude.
Why? Because of his haircut?
No, maybe a mix between his name and his philosopher tunic. Oh. It's a funny looking tunic.
I always thought he was more like of a Shakespeare type dude.
He seems like the kind of dude who would do Shakespeare, but just a little bit badly.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's great.
Well, I think he's great.
I've never seen him perform Shakespeare, so I can't say either way. Okay, here is a random sound.
Oh, easy. That is the Imperial spy, and on Mos Eisley, he's got like the blue. Force of Habit. He's I was gonna say like the blue elephant trunk, but he's just got like a kind of anteater type thing going on. He wears glasses.
Kind of looks like a plague doctor.
Yes.
But do you know his name?
No, not at the top. I'm too tired. Tell me.
Garindan.
I do know his story though. Because in a certain point of view, we actually learn his story, and he basically is looking for like these kind of side jobs in order to get off Tatooine, and he's living day by day by just like kind of doing like these kind of narc type jobs. So he like rats on people and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, well. Here's your book.
All right. Here we go. This is it. I'm so excited. Don't look this way. I won't be mad. I'll just be disappointed.
It's okay. I've disappointed plenty of people.
This is one of my favorite Star Wars facts right here.
Okay.
We might actually, we might have to. You might have to riff for a second.
Oh, what am I gonna riff about? The sheer number of Max Rebo photos in this room is impressive.
Thank you.
Man, I'm mad that you get Max Rebo merch and I have to make my own Zabe merch.
You have a cool Funko Pop.
I made that Funko Pop.
I know. It's still cool.
It was also air dry clay and it kind of exploded.
Oh, so you don't have it anymore?
I have it in pieces. So okay. I got a different kind of air dry clay and we're going to try again.
Okay. This is one of my favorite Star Wars facts. Ready? Here we go.
Yep. Is that from the trash compactor?
No, this is in the Phantom Menace.
Is it that big fish?
There's always a bigger fish.
Yes.
Yes.
The big fish.
Would you like to know how that sound was made?
Yes, please.
Ben Burt was spinning around his infant daughter, and they just slow the noise down.
That's a baby?
Yes.
That sounds like a grown man burping.
Yeah. Ooh, let's see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Name that sound.
Sounds like a game show noise.
Do do do. Just kidding.
Can you play it again?
Here's that sound once again.
I have no idea. It sounds like a doorbell.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't think of the line, but it's Watto. He comes around the.
He has a doorbell?
He has a shop bell, yeah.
That doesn't even sound like a bell that Watto would have. That sounds like you're going into like a boutique.
Okay.
Is that a ship sound?
Oh, it is Queen Amidala herself.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff I get sent of Queen Amidala stuff is like, frankly, a little concerning.
Queen on the Screen is the name of it.
Look, I love Padme, but I'm not a Padme fan.
All right. Let's see. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm. That's something rolling on gravel or cobblestone.
Come on. Master, destroyers.
Okay, but is it something on gravel?
No.
What? What's the crunchy?
It's just giant rolling death balls.
Okay, yeah, I can hear the metallic clank.
Even trying, like, come on. Okay.
No, I worked a double yesterday, and I just got out of work from work today.
All right, here we go. Ready? Oh. Sorry.
That's a lightsaber.
Roger.
No, I knew it was blaster fire. I just was trying to come up with something ridiculous to say.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. If you don't get this one, you are a fake Star Wars fan.
I'm not going to get it.
If you don't get this one, I'm going to be very disappointed in you.
Okay. Prepare to be disappointed. Let's go.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Gross. Mop it up. That's boss nasty. Which I'm
going with them.
I'm very disappointed that it took me this long to realize that boss was the title.
You thought that was his name?
I never thought about it. But doing research into all the Rebel Legion Galactic Senate characters and the position of boss counts in as a member of government.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh shoot, I alphabetized these characters incorrectly. I cannot sort them under boss. I have to sort them under their first name. And his first name is Ruger.
Ruger. That is Noah. You've met my friend Noah.
Yeah.
That's the dog's name.
Well, you have to tell him he's named after a slobbery alien.
No. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah. I was gonna say like a ship coming into land, but that clunking at the end sounds more like a pod racer.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
That is the Naboo starship landing on Tatooine. You failed.
I got it half right.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
Yep. That's old spiky head.
That was Sabe.
No, that's croissant head.
All right, here. Let's jump to the I just love this. Hang on, here we go. Roar!
You are having too much fun with this.
It's such a good sound. It's just the.
Personally, I love the little at the beginning.
Just, cast me. Okay.
We're great actors, guys.
Let's see. Okay, how about this one? Why? Okay, first off, why is this? Is this a sound bite? Why is this in the Book of Sounds? I mean,
always remember, your focus determines your reality.
So you never forget that your focus determines your reality.
Well, now I know that, and I also know when Jod from Skeleton Crew said it, because he also said that line.
Maybe they're the same person.
Liam Neeson, he's just got the curious case of Benjamin Button.
He found Qui-Gon's wig that disappeared, put it on, and
that's what happened to it.
Got his personality.
Wow, that's crazy. All right, here you go. Attack of the Clones.
That's what happens in Barbie Life in the Dream House.
Oh, I got pretty intense there. All right. Attack of the Clones.
The one where Padme has about 20 plus outfits.
Why is this in here? The Royal Starship. That's not my handwriting. I don't.
Well, they misspelled star twice. Actually, that H looks like an M. So it looks like Royal Stars.
If you do not know this one, you'll be disappointed because this is like a classic. Here we go. Ready?
Just be disappointed with me already.
Ready?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. I failed you. It's this one. Come on.
It sounds like something crumbling.
Rae.
The brain is not functioning. I told you you'd be disappointed in me.
Seismic charges.
Okay.
The
Okay.
Does your disposal count?
That sounds like some really bad DJ skills.
That is Watt Tambor. How dare you? All right. How about this one?
I want to know how that sound was made and never hear it again.
Poggle the Lesser speech. It's a continuing challenge to come up with the voices that sound fresh and original, says Ben Burt. Nevertheless, Burt exceeded expectations by relying on an old standard. Ernie Phyllis. This is like a lot of paragraphs, so just bear with me.
Okay. I'm gonna just jam.
All right. I added the final phrases of recording of Ernie blowing on the edge of a piece of paper. Interesting. He also vocalized some Swahili type vocal clicks. Adding all of these sounds together gave us Poggle's final dialogue.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it sounds like clicking. That sounds like my internal monologue. That was just Boss Nass reverberated. It's a really angry mutated cat.
So that last one was a Nexu. That last one was a Nexu. The other one was an Acklay, and the other one was a Re. I know this. I'm tired. A Reek. Reek. All right, here we go. This is a good one. This is a sec. Ready?
Okay. I mean, it's a ship.
It's a gunship. Also, shout out to all the people that are watching us live. Just watching us live. Go through a Star Wars book right now. Just playing sounds. No joke. We're just being nerds right now. We just happen to have mics in front of us. That's so funny.
Yeah, this is why we should not be given responsibilities.
No, that's so funny. Revenge of the Sith sounds. All right. That doesn't sound like it at all. The end. All right, here we go.
What was that giggle?
Name that sound.
I have no idea, but I love that giggle.
Oh no, I see him. Buzz droids. What about the... Here we go.
That was juicy, then crunchy, and I did not enjoy it.
And another happy landing. It's one that
explains the crunchy.
Oh, interesting. Oh, wait right here. Guess this sound. Jar Jar Binks' tongue.
Oh!
Don't do that again.
Ugh. No, that's nasty. I'm surprised you haven't pulled out Aunt Beru's food processor on me.
No, I'll get there. My family.
Ugh.
There's also... Wait, what?
You know, you could join the Rebel Legion Galactic Senate with your Chewie costume.
Oh, I could.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Because the original Chewbacca costume was reused for the Wookiee senators.
It was.
So, now I'm going to look up what character you can submit for.
This is the sound we played earlier. Oh, that's classic.
This chamber has no windows and no doors.
There's always my way.
No.
Oh, interesting. Malevolence. Ooh.
Yara.
Oh.
Yarua.
Okay. Interesting.
That's what it looks like.
That's a reused Chewie costume?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it can't be the mask, right? Because it looks like there's like white.
There's more white.
Yeah.
The body is definitely.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, my guess is it's just a new mask.
Okay.
Maybe it's a mask from the holiday special.
Lumpy got older.
You
All right, ready? Here we go.
mean younger? As the prequels.
Lumpy.
Yeah.
Right, but because that's an older... you know what I meant. You know exactly what I meant.
Is that my food processor?
No. All right, lay some on me, and then we can wrap up here.
Okay.
How's everyone doing? Thank you again for hanging out for an hour and 10 minutes. Let's just go through some. Oh boy. This is great. This is great. Star Wars is fun. Are you currently working on any Star Wars costumes right now?
No, but I do have 8 yards of fabric stocked up from the closing Joanne's to build Senatorial Leia.
Oh.
My goal is to have her done by Griffins next year.
I just got I just finished my first black chrysanthemum costume for a client.
A client?
Yes.
Fancy.
Yes. And I have a Chewie costume on the way. Well, of the mesh shirt and pants. And
is that why you have a bag of
watches.
hair on the ground?
Yes.
Just casual cosplayer things.
Yes. Hit me. Jabba flicks the creature off the balcony.
Jabba flick, Nuna scream.
Oh.
Is the precise title.
So the creature's called Anuna?
Yes, Nuna.
Oh. What con are you going to this weekend? Because I know you're not going to C2E2.
I'm not going to a con.
Oh. Then why aren't you going to C2E2?
Because my friends are doing celebration and other things, so they weren't going to go to C2, and I have D&D and a baby shower this weekend.
All right. We'll allow it. We will miss you at medieval times because we're going out to...
Ooh.
No.
I do need a vacation desperately.
No.
I don't know what this sound is, but we're going to find out together.
Okay. Attack of the Clones?
Yes.
Okay. Play it again. Sky Speeder Chase Coruscant?
Nope. It's a costume I would build if I had unlimited money.
What?
Zam Wessel's sniper rifle.
Oh, wait. Play it again. You know, I didn't even catch that blaster sound. Huh? That's good.
But Zam Wessel has such a cool costume that if I had unlimited money, I would totally do that. Except for the boots are like high-end designer boots that are like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Why?
Hunter's mom. No. Yes. I don't know. I know a couple of people that do Sam Wessel. It's a tough costume because no one really does it. Yeah. Do some stuff from like the original trilogy. Go back. Throw me a
Aunt Beru's food processor.
You lose. Good day, sir.
You stole fizzy lifting drink. Do 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 do. This number is so much lower than where we were. Oh my gosh. Get it?
There we go. Return of the Jedi. And
no.
No. Play it again. Dagobah?
No.
Oh man, you got me stumped.
Aunt Beru's food processor.
No, it's not.
No.
It's in A New Hope. Is it from the Cantina?
No.
What is it?
Bosk.
Oh, Hunter's gonna kill me on that one. I'm definitely hearing it now. Oh man, yeah.
That guy's got weird arms.
Gosh, I really hope Hunter does not listen to this one. Shoot. Okay.
Yep. Oh wait, hang
on. Carbonite.
No, that's all the cell doors closing on Alcatraz.
Oh,
it's Darth Vader's chamber.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That has a similar sound to the carbonite sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can hear like doors closing like mixed in there.
Okay.
Although it sounds a little higher tech than I would imagine Alcatraz's doors are.
That's okay. Look. All right, here we go. Ready?
Mm.
And I thought they smell bad. On the outside.
Tauntaun.
Yeah. You got it.
Did you know tauntauns are lizards?
In a way, yes.
They're referred to as like lizard creatures, and I'm like, lizards don't have fur.
So the actual the original design for them actually was supposed to be the blurg that we see in the Mandalorian, because you know how
is that the big thing with 2 legs?
Yes.
That looks like an oval.
And it has like the small dinosaur arms. Yes. That was the original design for the Tauntauns.
Glad they didn't go with that.
Yeah. But they're still cool though. And we actually see them
it doesn't fit the vibe.
Right. But we first see them in the Clone Wars on Ryloth. Because they're more known to be used by like Twi'leks and stuff like that. Yeah. Anywho.
Have no idea who that is.
Laugh it up, Fuzzball.
Was that 2 sounds? Okay, I was gonna say the first one was definitely like a mouse droid or something.
That was R2.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. It's a Treadwell droid binocular robot.
Sounds a little like a mouse droid.
That's not a mouse droid. Don't look. You're cheating.
You know, that's what I do.
Say nope. Nope. No.
Are any of these buttons functioning?
Don't break him.
The knob turns.
The knob does turn.
That's so cool.
So many. Here we go. All right, ready? Wait, hang on.
Aggressive button pushing.
All right, here we go.
That's my food processor.
There you go. You did it. I'm so proud of you. Classic. Classic.
You lose. Is that a bantha?
It is a bantha.
Oh, look at me go.
All right. Here we go. No. Ooh, this actually might be fun. No, hang on. No.
Like, is that Chewy?
Wait.
Fast
Unacceptable. Here we go. Name that sound.
It sounded like a creature, but then became like too metallic. See, creature. Now it's metallic. I don't know.
That would be one of the great background aliens. It's the small creature.
Oh, the little guy.
Yeah.
I thought that was Robin Williams at first.
Ooh, we love this guy.
Is that Muff Tag? Oh.
No. He doesn't like you. I'm sorry. I don't like you either. You better watch yourself.
And then sliced in half.
Exactly. No, his arm. Just his arm. And there was ketchup everywhere.
Arm is sliced in half. It's like a techno banjo.
That's Muff Tack.
Oh, I like it.
That would have been so much fun to come up with like all these alien sounds.
That laugh sounded like Tommy Wiseau.
You're tearing me apart, Lisa.
You're chicken chip, 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 chip.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Can I get the dozen red roses, please? Oh, hi, doggy.
Classic. All right. Final one. If you don't get this, I'm not going to be mad.
I'm disappointed.
Just going to be disappointed. Actually, I might be disappointed in myself. Stand by. Here we go. Ready?
Food processor. Is that the Falcon?
Yeah! Let's go! You're leaving me hanging. Thank you. And with that being said, we love you all. Thank you so much for listening to the Star Wars Stuff podcast. We'll be back for more soon. There hasn't been this week has been the calm just before the storm, but there will be more news. We did an interview this morning with the actor details. He was in The Last Jedi, Force Awakens, Rogue One, and Solo. Super, super nice guy. That interview will be dropping soon.
Is that a chosen name? It's just too perfect.
Stage name?
That would also be a chosen name.
Yes.
So
yes.
It's just details.
Yeah, like DEE.
Yeah.
And then TAILS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's details.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
super, super nice guy.
Either your parents were high or you're really good at picking your own name.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, no, super, super nice guy.
Cool.
I just talked to him this morning and we just talked about Star Wars for an hour and a half or so. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone that is part of our Patreon. Go to Star Wars Stuff Podcast 2187 on patreon.com. We're also on Instagram, Star Wars Stuff Pod. Check out all our fun clips, including TikTok. Email at Star Wars Stuff podcast@gmail.com. Apple Podcasts, please give us a review. Spotify as well. Anything else?
We'll be on TikTok for at least another 70-ish days. We got an extension. So it's still here, guys.
Yeah, and I've been posting different interviews that we've done on Instagram as well. It's been a lot of fun. David and James will both be in Japan. They'll be leaving here within within the next couple of days. They're flying out. James is doing a vlog. I'll be here in the States. And I'll be posting all the fun news and everything that's going to be happening over there. So as soon as stuff is happening in the panel, they'll be like texting me and all that stuff and letting me know what's going on so I can post it right away. But yeah.
I'm sure I'll get updates from
the chat
from my detachment leader.
Oh, do you have a lot of people from your detachment that's gonna be over there?
One member of our detachment command staff lives there.
Okay.
And then I believe just the Michelle, the detachment commanding officer.
Oh, fun.
Is going.
Okay, cool.
But she will be passing out some cute art that I drew as stickers. So
fun. That's really cool.
Keep an eye out for that.
There you go. And then I will be over at C2E2 this weekend with Countdowns to the Geeks and the Star Stuff podcast. So if you see me, I may or may not have some merch for you. So come say hi. There you go.
Sounds like fun.
I think it's it. Are you doing anything fun for Star Wars Day? Are you tripping?
No, I'm doing a table read of a script I wrote.
Aw.
Yeah, it was the only day available. So
okay.
It'll still be fun though, just not Star Wars related.
Yeah, we're Zach, myself, and then our wives are going to the DeVos place for the New Hope that they're having a concert over.
Oh,
sorry, not at DeVos. I apologize. Over at the Van Andel. Yeah.
Big.
Yes, they are having like the actual movie play, and then they're gonna have like a live
at Van Andel.
Yeah, I know.
Not DeVos.
Not DeVos. Van Andel.
For non-local people, DeVos is a performance place. It's literally DeVos Performance Place where Broadway tours.
Yeah.
Van Andel is a hockey arena that does concerts as well.
Yeah, they like really, really wanted to like get a lot of people in. Like, there's a limit of how many like seats are left. So,
wow,
we got lucky with it.
Pretty cool.
Yep, and then we'll be trooping that day. There will be new Tales of the Underworld episodes will be out. And then there will also be possibly Visions Volume 3. You can go see episode 3 in theaters. There's going to be a lot happening in May. Yeah, there you go. From all of us from the Star Stuff podcast, we love you all. Thank you so much for listening and tuning in with us for an hour and 27 minutes. May the force be with you always.